Hi YouTube, Engineer Boy 100. Today I'm going to be working on this 1999 Mercedes SLK230 because it's not a miss, it's more of a surge. Okay, so usually a surge is either a vacuum leak, it is a mass airflow meter, or it is O2 sensor. So I've done most of the vacuum leaks and I just changed the mass airflow meter. So now I'm going to change the oxygen sensor. So this one is a genuine Bosch, but it's generic in that you have to put the connector on yourself, the electrical connector, you have to put that on yourself, and it saves you about 50 bucks. So we have the instructions on how to do that. They're kind of hard to follow, and they're lengthy, two sides, one, and it just continues on and on. So a better way is, one is you can just look at the picture. It's almost pretty clear right there. Another way is you can just watch me. So I'm going to take the old one out, and then I'll show you how to connect this one up to the electrical connector, and then we'll put this new one in. But first, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about with the surge on the gauge and the instrument cluster in the car. Okay, so this video is going to be on addressing this minor surge of the idle. It's not really a rough idle, and it's not really a miss. It's kind of an intermittent surge. So what I suspect it is an O2 sensor. See, an O2 sensor, and sometimes it will be on the airflow meter, the mass airflow meter, but my mass airflow meter is new. So I'm going with O2 sensor. So today, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're under the hood now. The first thing you're going to do is take the electrical connector loose. And that was right down here. Let me see if I can get a pointer to help you see that. One of my pointers. And that's right down here. Right there. Let me turn my pointer around so you don't have a tag. It's right there. Okay, you just take this loose. See, it comes off. And I'm going to disconnect that. And then the oxygen sensor itself is on the exhaust manifold on the right hand side, the passenger side in US version vehicles. So that is right over here. So I give you a reference. You go around the car like so, and it's down off in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to access that from underneath the car. So I'll show you that next. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this electrical connector loose. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Trying to get in here. There's not much space. It has a clip, and then you just kind of pull these two pieces apart. So, see if I can get this. Sometimes you have to have a screwdriver to take this little piece here and just pry it up. So I think I might have to do that. Let me try and just pull it off. There we go. See? Pull it off. And as you can see, I used a universal last time I did this. So I'll just take this part off. We use the connector here. We use this connector. And now we're going to snake it around to the right side of the car, go up underneath, and take out the O2 sensor. Okay, so before we go down under, I want to show you this tool here. All right, this is a special O2 sensor tool, and use this to take off your O2 sensor. Now this is the new O2 sensor, but I'm just going to show you what we're doing underneath in case it's hard for you to see. Now this little tool is a socket and it has a cut in it, and that's so you can stick it, put the wire through like so. You put the wire through here, put the wire through that opening, and then you can get onto the O2 sensor. It's pretty universal. It fits most O2 sensors. And so if you can't really see what I'm doing underneath, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get this over the cord and then down onto the old changer. All you do is turn it enough to loosen it up, boom, and then you can take it off by hand. Okay, counterclockwise. So anyway, O2 sensor socket. And it takes, you just put your extension right in here and just turn it. All right, so now we're gonna go underneath. All right, guys, this is the O2 sensor up here. There's not a lot of space under here for cameras, lights, and me and tools. So I might not be able to get it with you watching, but I did want you to at least see where it is. This is it right here. So here's the cord coming from the other side, and this is the O2 sensor. So I'm going to try from the side here to get this tool onto there and break it loose. Yeah. This should be interesting because, oh man, the angle's weird. Let me try to come at it from this side. Hope I don't hit the camera. I'll come at it from this side and go over that cord and then come on to the O sensor. But I can't get the angle right. This thing's too long. So let me take some of my, got too much extension on here. Reduce my length and try it again. Sorry about that, I bumped you already. All right, and you gotta make sure you turn the right way because we're going backwards, so it's actually gonna be clockwise. Who's that? Who's that? My neighbor just showed up, and right in the middle of the video. So he's here to help. So I should make it be in the video so you can see him. But yeah, I don't think I can get it on there with you guys watching because the camera's in the way. So at least I showed you how it does before. And this is how you have to get at it. So I'm gonna have to move the camera out of the way so I can get to it, and then I'll show you how to put the electrical connector on. Sorry about that. All right, so it turns out I just couldn't get at it with that tool. So I got a 7/8 inch wrench, and it looks like that's what I did last time. You just go at it like this with a 7/8 and break it loose. And I think that's what's gonna work because I just couldn't get that wrench in there any kind of way. That little socket knob, looks like I can't get this in there either. So it's a tight little fit. It's a really tight space here. Let's see if I can get this one on there and break it loose. And then it's just a matter of unscrewing it by hand after that. Let's see if I can get this wrench on there. Boy, this is tricky. How did I do this last time? It's been so long. I don't even remember how I got in here and did it. So this should help you guys avoid a bunch of weird headaches if I figure it out, because I can't seem to get to it. I don't think I went at it from the top. You can't reach it from the top. There's no way. So it has to be here. I gotta get on to this little guy here and just turn it, but I want to get a good bite before I crank. But I can't get an angle. I wonder if I had an open-end wrench or something. Wrench instead of a socket or wrench. Wow. This is turning out to be more of a pain than I had anticipated. How did I do it? Maybe I put the socket on first and then cranked on the socket. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good idea though to me. Any suggestions? Are you just sitting there watching, or are you gonna speak up and help me out? My goodness. This is, I mean, it is a spectator thing, but it's like, geez, you could help me out here. I'd appreciate it. Nobody, huh? All right, fine. I'll have to figure this out myself. because I gotta figure out how to loosen it, because I gotta figure out how to tighten it. So I can't just get a vice grip and tear it up, because how am I gonna get it back in? I want to tighten it back up. I just keep trying the same thing because I can't think of anything else right now. Ha! This is not rocket science, but right now, it's pretty tricky. So, alright, I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, I'm going to try putting the socket on first. So I got the socket here, alright. We'll put it over the wire, slide it on, and then I got a telescoping ratchet, and I'm going to try. Alright, so there we go. So I got that on there. Next, I'm going to try to, and I can't get a better view for you because, can I get a better view? A little bit better. That's the best I can get. And then I'm going to try to get my telescoping ratchet into the socket and crack it loose with a tiny little extension on it. So let me see if I can get that to line up with the, there we go. And then it's a little turn and a little ratchet, and it should pop loose. Let's see if I can, come on, baby. Very tight this little guy is. Very tight you are. Let's see if I can. There's too much play in these. Yeah, there we go. One little ratchet. And it's turning. And as soon as it's loose, what I can do is I can take it off and reset everything. Take it off. Come on. Come down as far as I can. I might, you know what? Take the whole thing off. And these little cars are tricky. This particular job. And then put this down like so, get a better bite, and then stick my little short extension and ratchet back into it for one more little pull, and that should do it. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, I think yeah, there you go. Oh yeah! And then that just comes right off of the wire, and it's already loose on top. And I can just, let me see, is it loose? Yes. I can just take that out, just unscrew this old O2 sensor, and then I'll screw the new one in. Alright, so we're on the bench now. As you can see, here's the old, and here is the new O2 sensor. So what I'm going to do is open up this old connector I did last time. And as you can see, there's two white wires. There's like two white wires, a gray wire, and a black wire. Okay, and they kind of line up with each other, and they have it zip tied for you to hold the two white wires. Okay, and the black wire and the gray wire, so that you can keep them lined up and connect them the same way they are when they come. So the same way these are connected. So I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to reuse this connector is what I'm after. I'm going to reuse the connector. So that half is done. Kind of a cheat. If you have an OEM, you'll have to cut yours and do both sides. I'm going to open this up so you can see it, so you know what it looks like, so you know what to do. And then I'm going to just do the one side on the new one the same way I did on this one. Okay? So here we are. We have these little yellow things that seal to keep the water out, and I'll show you what's in the bag. That is what they are. Is this? No, that's not Ziploc. I'm just going to rip it open so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these little yellow parts, little yellow pieces here, and I'll let you see the whole process, so it's easier to follow than the instructions. But these little guys here, these little yellow pieces, see if you can see it better like that, little yellow pieces, alright, they go into this connector to seal it from moisture and to keep the wires basically from getting wet. And these are in there inside here. They're already in this one that I did last time. Okay. So I gotta pull those out. And then there's gonna be inside, there's gonna be these little connectors here. These unscrew on both sides. So you can see this unscrews like that. This unscrews like that. And then the wires go from each side, and then they connect. There's like a little metal connector in there. And it really forces those wires together. And then this goes in the middle of two of these inside of this housing. Okay. So anyway, I'll let you watch me do it. If I can get this one loose, let me see. How did I do it last time? How did I? This should just come out. Okay. So I'm gonna pull these out. Just pull them out, so I can get to these little guys. There we go. Then I pull these little seals off, and I'm gonna redo them the same orientation as they're done on this one. This is the old O2 synthesizer. So I'm going to redo this side same way with this one. I'll just take this little cap, put it on, put these on just like that, and then slide everything into here, just like that. You just go just like that. Okay. So now, yeah, here we go. These little guys here. I don't have a lot of space on the connector side. I don't want to rip it. There we go. That should be enough. Pull these out. Oh, see, I just pulled one of the wires out. Because you don't solder them. I mean, you can solder them if you want, but I didn't. And you just kind of unscrew these. Once you get these little ends out, you unscrew them. Hi! My neighbors are saying hi to me, the kids. Because I'm out in the garage. And, I don't think I'm going to make you watch this whole process, but you get the idea. You got to, because you're not going to be doing this unless you already have a universal on there. And so what these do is these actually, when you screw these in, they take the wire and they smash it to that little connector that's in these. So, and that's why I have the screws like that. And once I get this loose, I screwed these in there pretty good, huh? Jeez. Last time. They're pretty tight. What happened? I really screwed them in there tight. So I'm going to cut some of this out, because you don't need to watch all this. It makes the video too long. And then people give me thumbs downs and make little comments that are not nice. Okay, so we'll undo this. And we'll undo this. I just wanted you to see that. And then this whole thing comes loose. So I actually could leave this in like this. Okay. You know, this could stay just like this. You know. But and then of course this has to come off. This can stay like that. And then, okay, so here's the new one. Alright, so the new one you can have white, white, black, black. So here it is. It looks exactly the same. And we're going to do it just like this one is, so that they connect up the same way. So now I can just take this little zip tie off because I know how it's supposed to go. And we want to first put this little thing here on. Let me see, this goes like this. So we're going to go white, white, gray, black. So two whites on the top, like so. White, white. And then the black one is going to be closest to me, and the gray one is closest to you, the camera. Do the other hole, like so. We go like that and like that. Okay. So here you go. Now you have all your wires in the correct orientation. You pull the little cap back, and then you put, just like you have on here, you put these little seals on. You put them on head first, just like so. Come on, and slide them all the way down. And that way, it's going to seal moisture out of your connector once you're done. I'm going to take another one. So, and another one like so. And if you look at you can see the instructions. It'll show the orientation exactly the way I'm doing it. I'll show you that right now real quick. You can see how the little small end is pointing toward this. Look, if you look at this right here, let me see. See right here? See the small end? Is pointed towards the little cap. All right? So if you want to follow instructions or you want to double check, which I would highly recommend you double check. There you go, that's good. And then we have to strip these ends and then put these little screws on. So that should be pretty much self-explanatory. Everything else just goes, you have to make sure you put the right wire with the right color, white, and the gray, black. So white, like this, white, gray, black. Make sure they're, or it will not work correctly. It will not work, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do next. And the next you will see me putting this back in the car. I took way too much time on this, sorry about that. But it's kind of tricky and people want to see it, so I took the time to show how this goes. So it's clear, and now I'm just gonna put it back in the car. All right, and we'll see and I'll let you see if it's still bouncing. The idle is still bouncing once we're done. All right, so let's zoom it in a little bit closer here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, I did the bottom two. Okay, the black and the gray. You can see gray, black, they're lined up. So what I did to connect these, what this is sticking out is this little piece right here with this connector in there. And you don't want to try and line the wire up with the connector. You want to kind of put it alongside. Put it like right alongside like so. Okay? And then take this little threaded part. Once it's alongside, you bring the threaded part in and it smashes it into that connector really good. So you put that in here and then you screw it in. Okay? You screw that in and it really pushes that wire up against that connector really good. Don't cross thread it like I did trying to look at the camera. You get that in there really good and then you screw that in and make sure it's making contact. And the way you make sure it's making contact is once you have it in, you give it a little tug. See if it's being held in tight. Okay, and then you bring your little sealer all the way down like that. And then you do the last one, and you push them all in, and then you bring the cap on and you snap it shut. And then it's ready to install. Okay? I just want to show that little detail because it's kind of tricky. Alright, so now I'll finish that last one and we're gonna go put this one back in the car. Alright, I got them all four of them lined up, pushed back into the housing, pulled these wires out and pushed these in and got it flush. And now you just take your cap and you put it on just like that. And now the entire wire is done with the new O2 sensor. Don't forget to take your cap off. You won't be able to screw it on with that on. And ready to go. So now we'll go and put this back in the car. Now, you want to make sure you screw this in first and then the connector. Screw in the O2 sensor first and then the connector. Don't put the connector in and then start screwing them. Just twist the wires up, okay? So that's it, and basically, I'm not going to show you how to do that again because I'm not fighting that camera under the car, but that's it. Now I will show you how it runs once it's done. So I'm not going to say thanks for watching yet because we're going to have to run the car after this is installed and see if the idle is smoother. If we got rid of that surging, like that I showed in the beginning. Okay, so I'll show that. All right, it's a little bit late, but I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway. Let's see if this idle is smoother than it was before we did the O2 sensor. And let it settle down. Turn this radio off. But even before it was bouncing, even when it was cold start, it was bouncing right away. So yeah, I like that a lot better. There we go, down. Nice and easy. Nice and smooth. Look at that. No more bouncing. Thanks for watching.